This is not looking good for Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin is continuing to slide lower and lower and lower. But Dogecoin is not the only one. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the cryptos are continuing to move lower for this exact reason that I'm about to tell you. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, my name is Myles. I have many years of investment and trading experience, and every day I make videos about Dogecoin and I cover cryptocurrency news. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss these time-sensitive videos. And if you want to get access to when I'm buying and selling cryptocurrencies, join the Patreon, which is in my top pinned comment or in my video's description, where you can talk to me on the phone. We can build you a portfolio. I can teach you technical analysis, and you can join the 4,000 member chat group community. I'm giving away 200 Doge to one lucky winner this Saturday. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram and Twitter, and put Dogecoin giveaway in the comments. And if you love and support Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies, smash up the like button. We really need it today. And let me know in the comments below. Dogecoin is continuing to go lower and lower. Are we going to get a bounce here? Or do you think we're going to bounce at 16.5? Or do you think we're going to go down further? What are your thoughts? So Dogecoin is certainly going lower and lower and lower. But not only Dogecoin is the one that's going lower, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other cryptos are heading down as well. So these other cryptos, all the cryptos, they move together, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really getting beaten down right now because there's a lot of FUD and a lot of expectancy of something bad to happen for Bitcoin in 2 days. And what is happening is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust unlock, where there's going to be a lot of money potentially being able to be unlocked, where people can basically sell their Bitcoin. And really, they're not even able to sell Bitcoin, they're able to sell their shares of GBTC. So honestly, this would not be a good financial move for these people to sell their shares of GBTC that they bought 6 months ago, because the shares are in a negative premium. They're down significantly from where they were. So I personally think the people that bought in, that locked their shares in, they're going to continue to hold on for a much longer time. So there's a lot of sentiment with institutions, whales, that this might actually cause a massive drop in Bitcoin. But I think the price action has already been factored in. The anticipation is already factored in the drop. That's why cryptos are down this much. This is the primary reason. Additionally, the volume is very, very low. The last couple of weeks, the volume is getting lower and lower and lower. And when the volume is low, there can't be big pumps. That's why there hasn't really been much movement. Things are just going down and mostly going sideways at the same time. So things are just, they go to a low level, bounce up, and then go back down, and then keep going bouncing off that same exact level, which is a floor, which is definitely good to see. But how long is this going to continue is the question. Nobody has the answer. This is not financial advice, it's just my own opinion. But eventually, we have to get a bounce here soon. What's going to cause a bounce is a lot of whales buying the dip. The whales are buying the dip right now. They're continuing to buy the dip, even while things seem terrible, that Dogecoin and everything's going to zero. Usually, when it comes to investing, I've seen this many times. When it gets to the point of mental breakdown where people are just ready to give up hope, they're really depressed, and the sentiment is just really terrible, that's when things start to recover and do so very, very, very fast. So this recovery could come a lot sooner because we've been beaten down really bad. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum just been beating down week after week after week after week after week. And it cannot go on much further. Why can't it go on this much further? Because of the future technologies of cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And they are so cheap right now. People believe in these technologies. They love them. And there's a lot of inflation problems with currencies around the world. So people need a safe haven to put their money in. That's why cryptos are going to continue to go up. And cryptos have always recovered. This is not the first time this has happened to Dogecoin or cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they have seen this time and time again. There's cycles. When things are really hot, they cool down for a period of time, which is called a correction, and then they start to kick off. But we are still in the midst of the bull cycle. We're still in the midst of the bull run. And indicators prove to us that we are still in the bull run, the bull cycle. It's not over with. So we are in a correction phase of this bull cycle, which is just preparing us. It's gassing up. It's winding up for the massive breakout potentially about to take place any day now. Most likely. A lot of people are saying, by next week, they really think they're going to start to see some grain. I honestly think, next week we should definitely start to see some green. I agree with those people, some of these people that are speculating, YouTubers and crypto experts, because we have been beaten down for far too long. But this Grayscale unlock has really been putting a strain on the entire crypto market, which has been pushing it down. So this thing is about to be over with in a couple of days. And when it's over with and nothing happens, people are like, okay, nothing's going on. Let me buy the dip. Boom. Things start to take off again. So we're probably going to be suppressed for a couple of days until after this. So this actually, which is a bearish event in a lot of people's eyes, might actually turn out to be a very bullish event for cryptocurrencies. And potentially the jumpstart to the second bull run. Now I have some more very interesting on-chain data for cryptocurrencies to let us know what's going on behind the scenes. And this guy right here on Twitter, you can look him up, Sentiment. And he does a lot of on-chain data for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And we need to pay attention to what's going on with Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is predicting the markets, moving the markets. Wherever Bitcoin goes, Dogecoin and everything else follows. Sometimes things might lag a little bit or they might do a little bit more, but Bitcoin is what we need to be paying attention to, ladies and gentlemen. So Sentiment says, Twitter's sentiment towards Bitcoin remains negative in the amount of volume and tone that our algorithm is picking up. Generally, when there is negativity, there is a higher degree of price upswing to catch the crowd off guard. This is the key. He says, generally, once you see a lot of negativity and Twitter sentiment regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, at generally very close and soon to that, there is a massive spike upwards. So right here, we see this line, and the line shows the positivity on one side and the negativity on the other. Every time that this thing went into the negativity, there's a massive spike immediately afterwards. So this thing is in a very strong negative momentum, which potentially is another bottom indicator for cryptocurrencies that we are at the bottom about to take off. Additionally, check this out. So this is the Bitcoin millionaire tier holdings continue climbing despite market prices falling. So what this is actually showing, this purple line right here, this pink line, whatever you want to call it, is the whale holdings. The whale holdings are increasing dramatically, which means they are buying. The whales are buying. If you want to swim with the whales, they are buying this dip for cryptocurrencies. They want you to think that it's over with. And a lot of times they're buying in the OTC over-the-counter markets, which means that these trades and these transactions are not necessarily tracked and are affecting the exchange prices. So they're able to do this. It's still blockchain data. It's still transparent on the blockchain. That's how they're able to infer, the Bitcoin whale holdings, because they track these wallet addresses and they see these wallet addresses continue to accrue and receive more Bitcoin and buy more Bitcoin. But it's not affecting, a lot of times it doesn't affect the exchange data, like the prices that you can see on Coinbase and everything else. So what this is showing is the whales are buying the dip right now, today. They are buying the dip at a very rapid pace, especially since May. They've been buying the massive dip. Ever since the price started going down, the whale holdings started to increase over and over and over again, because they understand what's about to happen. They understand that this bearish momentum is not going to last forever, that it will soon be over, that they will be in massive profits. They're investing because they know they're going to win. They're investing because they're investing into something that is almost infallible, that's going to continue to grow and grow and grow and not stop growing. So that is why I'm not worried, ladies and gentlemen. I'm continuing to buy the dip. I'm announcing buy alerts in the Patreon, which you definitely check out. And if you want a good platform to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, use my WEBULL link. If you sign up, deposit $100 with my link, they will send you 2 free stocks worth up to $4,000, which you can immediately sell anytime and send to your bank account or buy cryptos like Dogecoin. So looking at the Dogecoin chart, I am zooming out on the 30-minute chart. We are approaching that near level of support, ladies and gentlemen. That level of support that we had a double bottom bounce. Look at that. A double bottom bounce, and we went all the way up from there. So we were hoping to get a double bottom the last couple of days, but it's not happening. We're hoping for it here, and we are continuing to head lower. We are just about 17 cents right now. So it would be very logical for us potentially, if we're going to continue to head lower, to head somewhere in this area. This is a level of support. It's not an exact number. The lowest level of this support is about 16 cents, a little bit more than 16 cents. So this is a strong level of support that we have that we will most likely, if we continue to head down, bounce off of that. Because look at this, we've just been heading down and down and down ever since June 21st. We've pretty much gone straight down with a little bit of pumps. So we definitely need to see some relief here in the crypto market. But there's also a lot of selling volume today. If we look at the volume chart, there's a lot of selling volume. So a lot of retail investors. There's a lot of retail investors in primarily Dogecoin who are scared, who are fearful, who've never seen something like this. And they're like, oh my gosh, let me pull out my money before it's too late. Let me save my assets or whatever I've invested so far, and then I'll invest at a later date. We are approaching this strong level, this bounce level here. Every time we've come into this level, we've had significant bounces, ladies and gentlemen. But we have to see if it's going to play out. The last time we came here after a major crash, we went actually to 14 cents when we had that major flash crash in the whole crypto market. We went to 14 cents and went directly bounced from there to 72 cents. So remember that. You know, drops are not always forever. Corrections are not always forever. And eventually, just like we were seeing here with Dogecoins, like, oh my gosh, it's over with now. Boom, went straight up to 72 cents. That can happen. We can get a very strong jolt back into the bull run. It can happen any second. With all the low volume and the way things are looking now, quite bearish. I don't know if that's possible in the next couple of days, especially in the next relative short term. But well, we can definitely understand that as there's a very high probability that if we come into this area, we could bounce off it strongly. But what we need to see happen is Bitcoin needs to start recovering, because Bitcoin is really getting beaten down. Bitcoin has gotten really beaten down, and it's just been in this very strong negative channel right here. This downtrend is continuing to head lower and lower and lower. Bitcoin is about 30,000. So honestly, with Bitcoin at 30,000, it's looking like it's going to continue to head lower, ladies and gentlemen. We are breaking support lines and everything. So this is definitely not looking very good for the price of Bitcoin. But I would not be surprised if we got a big bounce closer to this area, forming that inverse head and shoulders that we know so well on this channel. We've seen 100 times this end up playing out for our good. But things can continue to get lower. Things can get ugly. But honestly, especially for Bitcoin, I definitely don't see anything under 27,000. We could definitely hit 28,000, just in my opinion, and get a strong bounce there. And that's definitely going to affect the Dogecoin price, bringing us, if we start heading into those levels, that would definitely bring us to 16 cents, around that area. We could even head lower than 16 cents, but people are going to buy this dip like crazy, ladies and gentlemen, which will cause a massive spike in the price, a massive recovery very, very fast. And then we have a lot of good news coming out, so that could potentially also catapult us back into the bull run. But just beware, we could definitely head further. I wouldn't think that we go to 10 cents or 12 cents, nothing crazy like that. And if we did, it would be for a very, very short period of time and getting a massive bounce. So we need to be vigilant and get ready to buy these dips. That's personally what I'm doing. And if you guys got something out of the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also share this video with some of your friends and family on Twitter, Facebook, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.